Hello, I'm Simon Buck and welcome back to my business tips series where we've been talking about the 5 ways. So the next stage, now we've got some numbers in the business, we can start to understand what's going on. So let's take a really nice simple business, gets 200 leads in per year and it's converting at 30%. So therefore we've ended up with 60 customers that are retained within this business. Now they're buying on average twice a year. So if they're buying on average at twice a year, we've got 120 transactions going through the business. Now the average spend is £1,000 for each of those purchases. So all of a sudden we end up with a revenue that sits here at 120,000. Now because we can also measure the margin at 50%, we get a pretty good feel for this business might be turning a profit of around about £60,000. Now it's then understanding, well, which are the numbers that are going to influence? So we could just look at this and think about all of the other things that you could be doing in terms of your marketing. Are we creating a true point of difference? Are we doing something that's a little bit special? Are we talking about it and making it easy to buy from? Are we communicating well within this business? Are we going back and talking about all of the other services or products, etc., that we might have? And are we looking after our cost controls? So there's only 5 real things in the business that you can do to be able to truly influence it. And they're sat here within this model. So let's just imagine that we can perhaps modify a few of these numbers. And the lovely thing about this is that it's a compound interest approach. So let's just modify this particular this model by perhaps just 10%. If you really focus, do you think you can modify 10% improvement in 5 areas of your business? So all of a sudden we'd be going from 200 to 220. Our 30% conversion rate would just tweak to 33% conversion. And again, with focus and dedication, do you think you could get those kind of numbers and improvements? So all of a sudden, our customers will be going up quite significantly. Then we look at the transactions. If we get them coming back just a little bit more often and spending just a tiny bit more with us, might we be able to modify those numbers too? And if we start to control everything at the top end of the equation, then the margin number starts to dramatically improve as well. Now, I want you to run your own numbers through and just think about purely a 10%. And what you'll find is you'll get a 46% improvement in terms of your revenue improvement. And your profitability will have gone up by 61% just by a 10% improvement. Because it becomes 10 on 10 on 10 as you start to go through the business. Then the next stage of that is dig a little bit deeper still. Because it's one thing to just say, okay, well, we've got our averages. But where's performing the best? What lead avenue is having the biggest impact on our business? Who's the best converter? Have we got a particular lead channel which is converting at a higher rate than another? Have we got a sweet spot in terms of a particular size of business or a particular product that seems to be converting far better than any other? See, the devil is in the detail. You start with your averages and build your model, and then you go really deep to explore, well, what's truly influencing this business? Who are the people that are coming back on a more regular basis than others? Could we shift that number even further? Are we truly at the market rate for the products or the service that we've got? Or have we picked a price? By the time you start to run through this model, you'll find that there is an absolute goldmine that's available within your business. And every single business that we work with, we work on the 5 ways. Now, we're often asked as well, where do you focus first? Well, most people will immediately go to leads because that's the quickest way to be able to grow your business. But if your conversion rate is low, I would go with your conversion rate before you do with your leads. Because if we can improve the fact that the phone is already ringing or the inquiries are already coming through, we don't want to go spend more money on more leads. All we want to do is to be able to influence the conversion rate that sits here. Now in here, effectively, is also a huge goldmine that's available. Should we not be thinking about the number of transactions, how often people are going to come back to us? Are we communicating with the database? Are we done the gap analysis, that they understand the other products and services that we could buy? Sometimes people get pigeonholed to just buy one particular thing in one particular market. But by broadening the horizons and showing them all of the other things that they can buy, all of a sudden these numbers could dramatically change. So what you tend to find is you'd go here, 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 and here last. Because leads are the most expensive things to be able to buy within your business. There's always a cost associated with your marketing or the time to be able to get new clients on board. So have a look at your business. Let's understand the numbers that are driving it, and then we can do something to dramatically improve it. Thanks very much.